Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 1 between Luna and Mr. Ghosty in the August monthly tournament. Let's dive right in here to Tannenberg. And on the left, in the red, we have Mr. Ghosty playing 6th South African Armored on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the blue, we have Luna playing 52nd Sichrungs on Maverick Income. So two very unique divisions here. Very exciting to see this matchup and see how it goes. So diving in here to Mr. Ghosty's deck, 6th South African, different division to say the least. One that's got similar vibes to, I would say similar to like maybe Third Armor-ish vibe, something like that. Although definitely not the same power there. But anyway, Recon tab, some really solid infantry natal scouts to help beef up your very weak infantry. You get, of course, more Shermans in here and some Staghounds. Your infantry tab, very weak. Your infantry are they just really underperform. They're rifles. I mean, they're Commonwealth rifles, which is not good. They just don't do great, but they do come with a lot of half tracks, so that does help a little bit. Your tank tab, obviously the highlight of the division. You get Sherman 2As, which are upgun Shermans. You get Fireflies. I think there's some other stuff in there, but it's mostly just Sherman spam of all kinds. Your support tab, really solid. You get 2 cards of Sherman 1Bs, and then just Vickers. Your AT tab, really good because you have the M10 Gross, I think it might be Gross, which is actually an indirect fire unit. It's a very good RD piece that also is an M10, so it's very good that way. And you get 17 pounders and 6 pounders, which of course are always a great, just a great set of tools for all situations. You have Bofors in the AA tab, mobile Bofors, so that's definitely really good. 40 mil Bofors are great. Your RD tab is solid. You get the the 114s. Those are great little Commonwealth RD pieces, fire pretty fast and are pretty darn cheap, and 25 pounders. And your air tab is Baltimore's in this case, and Marauder. So a lot of bombers. I don't remember what else is in this division for options. I really don't play it myself. It is rough with the infantry, to be sure. On the other side, though, here, 52nd Sichrungs, another like D tier division here. I'd put South African probably about C tier, maybe very lowish of B tier, depending on the map. It can be a lot better, obviously. But 52nd Sichrungs, just a hard division. Luna's really one of the only masters of this division. Recon tab, not much. You get some snipers, and then you get your desperately needed B phase card of Panther Ds. Your infantry tab is, I guess, the reason to play this deck. You get the Tar Savajoni. I can't see. I'm sorry. The picture is very small for me. You get the Sturm Pioneers. You get Grenadiers, Sichrungs, which are great 20-point infantry. You get the 1 card of Fallschirmjägers and the Panzergrens in C phase. So, I mean, the infantry tab is a nice mix of stuff. You certainly get the whole gambit of prices, to be sure. Your tank tab is horrendous. It's just Panthers, and they only come in C. So, yeah, that's rough. And he's only bringing the 1 card. He's unvetting them, which is always ballsy with Panthers. They tend to really underperform when not vetted. Your support tab is an interesting mix of like Russian weaponry and Axis weaponry, but it's just a bunch of machine guns, an infantry gun here, and I think that's the 800 meter mini mortar there. Your AT tab, actually quite good, a mix of Axis and Soviet stuff again. You get the FK-288, the PAK-208, which is a ZIS-2. You do get Jagdpanzer 4, but only in C phase along with PAK-40 and PAK-36. Your AA tab, quite good with Flak 36, 88, and the mobile wagon. Your RD tab, meh. A bunch of cheapish guns. The 122 is fine. And your air tab is pretty solid with BF-109, G6R6s, and Focke-Wulfs, along with the AT Focke-Wulf, which is a pretty good rocket plane. So, diving on in here. Making sure everything's working here. Fabulous. So, Tannenberg, really solid map with a lot of very interesting aspects because the map includes, like, extremely CQC areas like in the center, extremely open areas like the south here, and then, like, town fighting with, like, medium range stuff. So, there's a lot of divisions actually really suffer in certain parts of this map because you just don't have the tools for it. So like 6 South Africans going to really struggle here in the center because they don't really have much of any CQC. He's got the Assault Pioneers in A. That's it. None of his other infantry are really like CQC. So this middle flag is probably just going to be Luna's here just on merit of actually having CQC infantry. So down south, the snipers did get into the building here. Double Vickers, though, going to pin that down quite quickly. PAK-40, though, will supply some nice HE support. It's not a phenomenal HE weapon, but it certainly does damage. Staghound here getting around on the PAK-36. Longer range allows it to hit. PAK-36 is a 1,000-meter range? Yeah. So it's got to get a little bit closer. Looks like that is starting to move up here. Luna taking a more defensive stance here in the town. Looks like Mr. Ghosty is planning to make some sort of assault here with a double Sherman coming in, leader and recon. Sniper was left on. He really should have put it on return fire so he could actually spot with this for a while, but he didn't, so that's going to go down pretty quick. The Vickers did force off the sniper, although the Pac-40 still firing away. It's got only 2 HE shells left, though. There is the 85 mil here. I think this is 2K range, I believe. No, it's 1750, actually, so that's unfortunate. A lot less useful than I thought it would be. So, Luna taking his easy flag here in the center. We do see the tar. We're just going to call them tars for the sake of pronunciation. Tan Savanorio? I don't know. Sort of. Wrong. But anyway, infantry gun here, holding off the motorized rifles, trying to get to the Sichrungs and stuff. Sichrungs can definitely take out that M3A1 half-track if they can get in range. Vicker going down here right now to the... I'm not sure where that was. Infantry gun? I don't see any already. Maybe this infantry gun? Very weak defense here, though. Although this is where I would think Mr. Ghosty has the most advantage because of his armor. I mean, there's obviously no armor in A phase for Luna. But here comes the Sherman along with the scout car and stuff. This is 800 meters. Yep, that is the better 50 mil mortar. But I'm not sure how Luna stops this blob of armor. This Pac-36 will help, obviously. But it might get held up killing just this scout car with its 50 cal machine gun that can insta-pin anything. Not sure what the Pac-36 is doing. Assault gun does find that Vicker, so it takes it out. Sherman 1B is going to be an issue, though. M3A1 goes down to the Sichrungs? I want to say the Sichrungs, or maybe it was the 85. Hard to say, you know, line of sight tool. Pac-36 goes down to the rifles Piat, but it did manage to kill the driver on the Sherman 5. So that, no wait, that was the Pac-40 probably. Yeah, that was the Pac-40. Sherman 5 bouncing that Pac-40 shell. Always kind of surprised when I see that. I feel like the Pac-40 should just like easy kill a Sherman, but it often does not. I need to disavow myself of the assumption that Pac-40s are just going to eat Shermans every single time. So 1311 for Luna with this flag in the center captured, and Mr. Ghosty is yet to capture a flag. 50 mil mortar, he's got to really get this work, and once he does, this thing is absolutely just disgusting. If you are a micro master, these are almost unbeatable, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. They can make you win every single infantry fight that is in range of those things. They're really quite gross for 20 points. But you got to be really good at micro. Like you got to be able to call that in immediately. You got to predict positions and so on. Rifles Piat a little more bearable because at least it's a double Bren, which is a whole lot better than a single Bren. But you know, crap times 2 is still just more crap. Sorry, Bren. You just don't got it. Here's the M10 Gross, the magical unicorn unit of 6th South African. Nice arty unit. And the bonus of this thing is that it's basically a radio mortar for all intents and purposes. It doesn't fire that fast, of course, but it can supply its own radio, get up nice and close, drop a couple shells, maybe pick off a tank if it's feeling froggy, and move on to the next target. So here we go. We see the 50 mil mortar doing what it does. Pinning down, doing some nice damage. Its effect is very important here, actually. Down south, Staghound and Sherman flanking around here. The infantry gun doesn't have any AP, so that's not going to do much. Although Pac-40 should hold most things up, unless the Sherman can get a nice 2K shot on it, maybe like right here. Can definitely pick up can pick that up quite easily. Black 85 mil, unfortunately out of position to help. The target's pinned down here. It's not going to get far, especially with the 50 cal here. I'm surprised Luna's trying to get out of this. I mean, this is basically where he can just live. It's hard to get out of there. Like, getting to these two flags is actually really tough because there's this open area. The opponent can just sit in the woods here, and it's really tough to get out of that position. Sichrungs, fabulous 20-point infantry, but not great when you're fighting at long range against double machine gun units. Even if it is double Brens, it's still double Brens. Double machine guns, just so much better than a single one. And of course the Sherman here, absolutely disgusting, will wreck any infantry it sees. Luna a little slow on the micro here with falling back his Sichrungs. 50 mil out of... the shot came down the wrong position, unfortunately, for Luna. Now the Sichrungs are going to get overwhelmed here, and they're both going to get surrendered. Another infantry gun on to try to force off these rifles. Piat. Sichrungs actually survive. I'm kind of shocked. I wonder what made them win that. I have no idea. BF-109 G6 R6 goes for a strafing run on the Staghound. And now is pulled back. Baltimore coming in, though. No AA up north for Luna. This is going to hurt a lot. I mean, unless it misses. Baltimore has a number of 272s, though. Those are pretty big bombs. They're going to hurt. But Luna has spread out pretty effectively. Nope, infantry gun goes down, but the prize there was the PaK-40. So that's surviving. Pretty big deal, actually. A pretty big deal. He brought in the Sichrungs. Wait, where's the leader? Is there... He's got... Oh, the Panzergrens are at 2-star. Okay, that makes more sense. Another Baltimore in. Holy crap. 2 of those in. That is not a cheap advance. That's 210 points there called in. Baltimores are good, though. But there is a 40 mil Beaufort here for Mr. Ghosty already to catch that BF-109 G6. That might go down to the Beauforts, actually. Eee. No, it looks like it'll get away. Those are pretty off target. So sniper now in return fire. The infantry gun did go down, but the PaK-40, of course, holding all this up. The Sherman 1B got pretty close, so it's going to have a hard time like pulling a 2K move to kill that PaK-40. But Luna's still ticking. He's still on the tick, and now the Groos. Oh, that hurt. Ooh, Flak 36 goes down in the transport. Ouch. That's a double star Flak 36, so that means he only has 1 left. That really hurts. Flammers take out the motorized rifle, so that relieves that pressure. PaK-40 finding the motorized rifle half-track coming up. Can it take that out? Oh, it fails, and they'll get out in time. And now the Sherman 1B is going to target that PaK-40 at max range. Oof. That's the way to deal with it. PaK-40 picking up a pen on that leader Sherman. Can it finish it off? The answer is yes. Another Sherman down. Actually, that's both leader Shermans. Yep, that's both A-phase leader Shermans there. Staghound went down. Sherman 1B pops out to hit the PaK-40. PaK-40 now under a lot of pressure. Does not get the hit, goes down. That's a big loss there. And this is where I figured Mr. Ghosty would put a little bit more of his firepower, because this is where he definitely can dominate. I mean, what does Luna do against these Sherman 1Bs? The answer is, like, nothing. Until B phase, he has the Panther. That's why I thought Ghosty would be a lot more aggressive down here early. Instead, he chose to focus his energies up north. The issue is Luna basically gets to free cap this flag in the middle, which means Ghosty's constantly working at like a -1. These Groos come in with 30 rounds too, so they fire for a long time. The 20 mil mortar did go down. That's a nice kill there, because they are super obnoxious. Another Flak 36 did come in. And here comes the Flak 85 mil. Just as much for AT as I assume as for AA, because he already has a Flak 36. Although stopping the Baltimores is going to take a little bit of work. Salt Pioneers, can he take them down with the Sichrungs machine gun? Tar got overwhelmed, but he kills that. This flag's probably his. Sherman 1B just doing so much damage. Now, the 85 mil should have line of sight on something here. Yes, there it is. Misses. Oof. Sherman 1B misses as well. They both do. Gets a gun jam. There we go. Misses the third shot, though, and the Sherman 1B is going to get away, but now Luna's going to be forced to bring in ammo truck to try to repair that if he wants this functioning ever again. So, pretty lucky for Luna there. Because, again, these Sherman 1Bs could have just sat at 2K range and very easily taken this 85 out. But Mr. Ghosty get a little aggressive there and paying the price for it. PaK-36 coming in. I'm not sure how useful this will be with its 1,000-meter range. It's not going to reach much. We are in B phase zone. There it is, our first Panther. Now, the Panther should match up quite well against everything in Ghosty's deck. The Firefly is obviously his biggest issue. But at max range, the Panther penetrates every time, and the Sherman penetrates... The Firefly penetrates most of the time, but that's a very important distinction. Although I'm talking only at max range. When they get closer, the Firefly pens every time. So the 50 mil, can it finish off this motor rifle? It does see it. That's why it's able to do this, and it does take it out, which should get him this flag back. which will put Luna back on the tick. Pack 40, is it going to find that Sherman? There it is. Misses. The Sherman does not return the favor this time and lands a hit. But the Panther is a-coming. Oh, Pack 40 misses twice. That's a bummer for that Pack 40. You're fired. Sniper Feldjäger here trying to take out some infantry. Does succeed. 50 mil mortar under pressure again. Mr. Ghosty respecting how much damage these can do when left alone. Baltimore does get through with its bomber, but double BF-109 G6 coming in now. Pack 40 already on the retreat, though, so it will survive. Will these be able to get on it? It looks like they will this time, and it looks like a Baltimore is going down. Will he lose a BF-109 for it, though? It looks like it. He doesn't even care. He's swinging the undamaged one back around, trying to get out. Will the smoking one go down? Doesn't look like it. Wow, so Luna gets away with a Baltimore kill without losing either of his fighters. Saravadas here getting hit. This leader really needs to do something about it. Pack 40 going to move to try to get it. Problem is now the Sherman can open up on that, although the Sherman's not in machine gun range, which means it's a lot less dangerous. Pack 40, though, missing again at 1,000-meter range. Pretty bad, actually. There we go. Finally lands. Starting to get stressed, though. Every moment this fight goes on, the worse it gets for the pack, but it does pick up the kill. Another Sherman Recce coming in. But there's the other Panther D available to Luna in A phase. Moving in. Sherman did take a penetration from that pack already. M10 continuing to provide suppression. 3 more Shermans coming in. Here's this Sherman 2A. Let's give that a quick look. See, 130 millimeters of pen. I know you can see it on here. I'm just looking at everything. 90 millimeters of armor. Pretty slow, though. These actually do suffer from a bit of a speed problem. Another Sherman 1B in, taking out that Sickring. Mr. Ghosty in a little pressure up north. I wouldn't say pressure as in like he's going to lose it, but his trades are not going super well up there. Pack 40 takes out the white car here. So NATO Scout still in position, though, for spotting. It's now currently at 12-12. Ghosty captured this flag here. So that's where we're seeing the 12-12 occur. Because remember, Luna has this central flag basically forever. Panther, Pack 40 lining up on some Shermans. Can they take it out? Pack 40 about to go down here. Sherman 1B goes down, though. That's a big kill. He needs those 2 KHE things dead. They're very deadly for him. Especially because Luna is still heavily reliant on soft AT, such as AT guns, to kill things. 17-pounder moving in now to try to take out that Panther. Pack 40 finds a Sherman. Sherman misses as well. Panther's willing to take that fight up against the Sherman. At closer range, the Sherman will pen it just fine. Especially because this is a Panther D, so it's got lower armor. Now, the nice thing is with the recon, it should always see what it's shooting at. It shouldn't ever get surprised. Panther gets the first shot, misses, but the Sherman 5 is not dangerous to the Panther at any range, really. Although, of course, it will pen it if it's really close. But at this range, the Panther D should be basically invulnerable. Maybe a 10% chance to pen, but quite low. Focke-Wulf coming in to hit that 17-pounder. One Focke-Wulf in already. Second one coming in to finish it off. And once that's dead, the Panther can move back in to finish off these Sherman 1Bs. No AA down south. Now comes a Bofors. But a successful hit there from the Focke-Wulf, killing off that 17-pounder. Another one has to come in now. So really nice airplay there from Luna, picking up on the weakness in the AA down south. Neither Sherman went down, but there is now a 17-pounder up north as well, so the Panther under pressure once again from these AT assets. Panther, though, looks like it might have found one of the Sherman 1Bs, or maybe it's just hitting the machine gun. It is just hitting the machine gun there. Double M10 Groos hitting this Feldjäger. He really wants this Feldjäger dead. Not sure why, to be honest with you. I mean, the sniper is certainly annoying. I'm not saying it's not. Can the 40 mil take out the BF-109? We do see some smoke on this thing. 50 cals are helping. Ooh. Oh, wow, it gets away. This BF-109 is showing a lot more resilience than I'm used to them showing. Usually they die really easily, I feel like. Motorized rifles here, taking on the Sichrungs. This is a pretty equal fight, actually. I think with the Sichrungs slightly advantaged, but not with the support of the Sherman now, of course. But one-on-one, actually I think the Sichrungs win. I think they're a bigger squad. Trying to take out that M3A1. Sherman 1B finding the tar down south. Panther does not get the spot on the 17-pounder. Needs to run. Just kidding. It's going forward. Not the direction. Now he sees it. 17-pounder lands an immediate hit. Panther responds with a miss. And the Panther goes down. Big kill there for Ghosty. Now, no more armor presence down south until C phase. Sherman surviving its tussle with the FK-288 up north here. Baltimore coming in. There's the flak. There was... Oh, and there's the 85. But the 85, unfortunately, a little out of position. Baltimore does get his bombs off just fine. FK-288 already falling back. BF-109 coming in. Double 40 mil, but they're pretty far south. This BF-109 might not get killed. I don't think it will. I think it's going to get this kill and get away unless it retreats over the town. BF-109 does catch that Baltimore big kill. But it does retreat over the town. Not sure if it's going to make it out alive. Down south, Mr. Ghosty pushing forward with that Panther now out of the way. Sherman 1B can get back to its work. Ammo did come in. One of the Sherman 1Bs appears to be dead down here. Pack 208 coming in, which is, again, is this too. I think that the BF-109 made it out. I don't see any flaming ball of death. Already coming in to counter the FK-288. Is that going... Like, what is that going at? Is that going after the M10s? No, it's going after 17-pounder. But at 12-12 still being held. The Sherman bounced this... I mean, the Panther bounced the Sherman shell. Sherman 1B hitting the leader here. Luna just kind of has it chilling out in the open. I'm surprised he didn't, like, put it in a building. Seems kind of weird. He could put it in this building. Like, why stand it out in the open? Double Focke-Wulf coming in. These do have medium resilience, I believe, the F8s. Yes, they do. But double BF-1 Bofer is going to really lay down the pain. Yeah, he's not... I don't think he's going to get out. Pretty sure he's dead. Unless they reloaded a really unfortunate moment, which was unfortunate. But down it goes. So there goes one of the Focke-Wulfs. There's only two in the deck. In terms of the HE Focke-Wulfs, there's two more AT Focke-Wulfs as well. Already starting to counter battery the M10s. Kind of surprising. It's tough to kill those things. Especially with a not super heavy RD piece like the 122. What's the fire rate in this? Just 5 rounds a minute. No veterancy, so... We're about to hit C phase, and that means both players losing their Maverick income. Another Maverick on Maverick match. Maybe it's time to increase the time limit to 55 minutes. I'm not saying no time limit, and I'm not saying 60 minutes, but maybe 55 is the right number. It just feels like part of the reason Maverick is one of the only, the most, by far most played income is obviously the time limit. Because, you know, you don't see Maverick nearly as much in quick play, because it's much more like all the balance player has to do is grind you out. You know, just 100% focus on trades. Doesn't even have to care that much about losing flags to a point. You know, in the time limit version, you have to be a lot more concerned about your flags because you run out a lot faster. Or you just don't have time to make it up. And here's the thing, too. Luna bringing in the C-Phase card of Panthers, you can't really pay for them. It's going to take 2 ticks to call in 1 Panther. I mean, that's a long time to wait. FK-288 naturally losing the counter battery war here. Pack 36 trying to run away from the motorized rifles coming in. Panzergren's now in. Yeah, 50-second Sichrungs feels like a really weird Maverick deck to me. Panther bounces the Sherman and does take one with him. But I'm not sure that's worth it there because Ghosty obviously with, you know, essentially infinity Shermans while Luna with a very limited number of Panthers. And of course you're paying 1.5 times for the Panther than you are the Sherman. So not a great trade at the end of the day. The fact it got the trade at all is definitely very good for him, but yeah. Another FK-288, excuse me, another FH-122 coming in. Here comes the Jagdpanzer 4 up north. That should do quite well, especially at range. The Shermans are going to really struggle to penetrate that. Fallschirmjäger's now in. With double star, these guys should be very, very deadly. And they are. Feel the Fallschirmjäger power. But up against the power of the ultimate infantry tank killers, the Sherman, they are nothing. M10's now going after the Pack 208. He's this 2. But Luna's still on the 1311. That's the key here. He's had a single tip going for quite a while. Sherman needs to back up. And the problem is, like, Luna really can't push too far because of all the Shermans just chilling here. And he can't get by the Sherman wall. His infantry will get destroyed easily. Focke-Wulf went for a bombing strike of the motorized rifle. Does get it off and does get away. So definitely a cheeky little play there. Another double M10 gross here now. Looking for the Pack 40. With their radio, they will get that quite easily. 85 mil finding the Staghound. Misses. Does take that out. So nice kill there to get rid of this support over here. Fallschirmjäger's just getting pinned down by Shermans right now. Zis 2 getting hit by double Sherman now. APCR takes out the Sherman 2 because it was weakened, but now he's getting hit by the other Shermans and everything. There's just too many. Jagdpanzer 4 taking hits from what? The 17 pounder? No, the Sherman? One of the Sherman just went down to the Zis 2, I think. It's hard to tell what's shooting at what here. Jagdpanzer 4 going after the Sherman 1B. It should be safe from that, but here comes the 17 pounder. It's hard to tell because the line of sight tool is completely busted on this map. Like, it doesn't see jack. You see how, like, it says there's no line of sight on either of these? So I'm not sure how they're shooting at each other. Neither of these have a line of sight on them. Sometimes you can get away with one of them having a line of sight. Fine, I'll buy it. But, like, what we just witnessed was neither of them could see each other, but gosh darn it if they weren't blasting at each other. Ghosty did manage to re-grab this flag down south. There's not much here to stop him. The 2K of the 122 could hit this rifle's P-op, but it's very dangerous with the Sherman 1B floating around there. Already going after the 17 pounders. Jagdpanzer 4 still alive. Huge push coming in here from Ghosty. Bunch of infantry, a lot of tanks. Another Jagdpanzer 4 coming. The nice thing with the Jagdpanzer 4 is it can kill all these Shermans just fine, and it's cheaper. You know, it's a fair bit cheaper. It's, what is it? Yeah, it's 30 points cheaper than the Panther. But the Arty managing to take out one of the Jagdpanzer 4s from its damage before. That's a big kill there, actually. 17 pounder taking a lot of damage, though. Fallschirmjäger's proving to be tough for his infantry to get through. Rifles are awful. Like, really, truly awful. Rifles Piat, though, getting in. Panzergren's pushing around the bottom here. Interesting choice. Another Panther A in. If you can find that Sherman 1B, that'd be huge to loosen up the pressure down here. There's 6 Sherman 1Bs in the deck. We've seen, I think, maybe 3 go down, maybe even 4. So, Ghosty is running low on his 2K HE support. Sherman's 2As, though, doing the job. Finding a magic line of sight down the road. Oh, it was to the Pack. Okay. Pack actually takes out the Sherman 2 in its first shot. Actually kind of surprising. I thought it would be a little bit more of a struggle there for him. Jagdpanzer 4 getting held up here, shooting some HE. Infantry going down hard to the Shermans right now, though. Did he just get a shot on the M10? Or is that Arty? Looks like it's Arty. So 122's going to work. This 122 now spotting the rifles. They can be used quite effectively as 2K HE support. And in decks where you don't have anything else, it's a very viable option. Of course, it's not preferred. You're paying a high premium for a 2K weapon because it's an Arty piece, but it is very doable. It's more than nothing, that's for sure. 122 going after this Vickers now. Interesting choice. Feel like there's so many other targets. Rifles Piat still getting spotted by the sniper here. Of course, he doesn't know that, which is pretty key. That's why he's got a return fire. Sometimes a lot of times the recon value is worth way more than the actual sniper gun. Fallschirmjäger trying to solo against 4 infantry squads and a Sherman. It's not going to do super well. 50 mil mortar goes down to the Arty. The M10's continuing to just pile on value. Down south, the rifles went down, but the Sherman's still holding it with nothing here to really pressure this flag. Mr. Ghosty on a 13-11 finally, so let's see how long he can hold that, because he needs to hold it. I mean, he's down a fair number of tickets here. Surprised Luna hasn't turned off the HE just so this Jagdpanzer will go after what he needs to kill, which is the armor. I mean, granted, he's done some good work against these Shermans, but there's a lot to go. Mr. Ghosty just very much on top of controlling these things and doing a nice job doing it. Another Jagdpanzer IV in. For Mr. Ghosty, the key here is killing these Jagdpanzer IV. He's done a nice job of targeting down AT pieces, such as the Zis-2 that used to be there, continuing to soften the defense. Ooh, Focke-Wulf going to retreat into the 40mm Bofors and will easily take that out. So this second Focke-Wulf HE damage thing going to go down here, I would think. Maybe not? No. He's going to die. Marauder coming in. Wow, he actually got away. It's because I said it, folks. I'm sorry. Triple star Flak 36 doing his best as it does stop it. Marauder, though, falling back the wrong way. So luckily for Mr. Ghosty, it will get away. Although, then again, there's a mobile wagon here. I didn't even see that. And here comes the BF-109 G6R6s. He's going to get a burst on, and down the Marauder goes. Another big kill there for Luna. These air kills are pretty big. They're not cheap kills. Panther getting hit by the 17-pounder. Will it survive? Yeah, it is. And the 122 should be able to take that out now. The 122 misses. Very unlucky there for Luna. Very, very lucky for Mr. Ghosty. RNG bone right there. But the Sherman 1B did die. I'd like to note the Panther killed it. So that's massive here. There is no more 2K support HE-wise. And I think Mr. Ghosty might be out of those. And he might be running low on 17-pounders as well. He's lost several. And at this point, calling a 17-pounder is not a small investment. M10 take out the Jagdpanzer IV, so not only are they disgusting at long-range support, now they're doing the armor support, because the Sherman leader here, I think, died. Not I think, it is dead, and I think it was a Sherman leader. Luna bringing it back to 12-12, already coming down on those infantry. Fallschirmjägers all died, though, so a lot of Luna's infantry were killed, too, and Luna bringing super expensive Panzergrens in C-phase. Not only just Panzergrens, but in half-tracks. I think you have to bring them in half-tracks. I'm not 100% sure I'm right about that, but I think you do. Otherwise, I'm not 100% sure why Luna would bring in half-track only Panzergrens. He does still have plenty of TARs left, so they're still coming 15 points. Easy to call those in. They're, of course, a lot less impressive in their damage output. Here comes a bunch of rifles, too, now. 17-pounder finally goes down to the 122. Will we see a replacement? Here comes another Sherman 1B. But now, Luna on a 14-10. Starting to really leverage his 15-point infantry to kind of push everywhere all the time. And Ghosty's complete absence of CQC is a big issue because he just hasn't been able to interact with this area of the map at all, which has just given Luna a constant flag advantage. And like I said, I'm not sure that Ghosty pressed hard enough down here at the beginning. I feel like he could have very easily taken these two flags very early and given himself a pretty big advantage with his 2K options. And now it's Luna who's taking advantage of the open with his Panthers available. Panthers are going to outdo the 2K of 6th Armored other than the 17-pounders. Again, the Firefly is going to struggle because it does not consistently penetrate the Panther, while the Panther consistently penetrates it. M10's going after the 122. And the 122 doesn't care right now because it's going after the AA. But the Panther's going to try to do the job himself. Will Mr. Ghosty notice in time? Again, unvetted Panther just doesn't... It's not great. It is not great. So Rifles Piat overwhelmed by the tar flow here. And the 15-9 achieved. Double tick is now happening really bad in C phase of Maverick matches because you just don't have the points to push back. That's the issue. At this point now, Luna can dig in, and Ghosty has to send more troops at those dug-in positions. And generally speaking, it takes, you know, a larger force to win successfully conduct an offensive. It's very hard to use less troops to attack. You know, real-life military thought puts it at 3 times the forces. Steel Division 2 military thought, I would put it at like 1.5 times the forces at least. But yeah, Luna grabbing this flag up here. That's where the 15-9 is coming from. NATO scout spotted down south, but this one's still alive, so the information is still coming. This Panther is on a struggle boat to kill this Vickers. It's fired 4 or 5 rounds, I think. Oh my goodness. I mean, I understand it's in cover, but sometimes it does feel like, my goodness, why won't something die? Oh, there it is. Finally, the Vickers goes down. We do see a Firefly in, though, now as well. Looks like the Panther's being hunted. The big cat is being hunted now by a man named Firefly. Firefly. Already coming in on the Jagdpanzer IV. Those M10s just continuing their very deadly work. Another Jagdpanzer IV in the front, though. Sherman 2A supplying the support, keeping those Panzergrens back. 122 was going after the 40 mil, but it looks like that is gone. Down south, Luna grabbing this flag down here now, creating a 16-8. Mr. Ghosty under a lot of pressure. Firefly takes a penetration. Panther bounces and kills the Firefly. This is exactly what I was talking about. You know, the Panther took damage, of course, but I think that was even from an earlier engagement. The issue is, again, the 17-pounder does not consistently penetrate the Panther at long range, and the Sherman doesn't have the armor to stand up against the Panther at any range. So it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. 114 is now in, though. Going to hit this tree line all the way across, but it's actually missing everything. Which is kind of nuts because there's a fair bit of stuff there. Panzergrens easily overwhelming the rifles. Sherman 1B, though, should flip that quite quickly. With the Firefly dead, there's nothing here to kill this Panther. I mean, the M10s can try. They definitely can try, and at closer ranges will succeed. Artie's counter-battering the 114, so I guess Luna noticed the difference and decided to counter-battery this. FK-288 goes down to the M10s. The M10's on the move? Not sure. Half-track goes down. They are. It looks like Ghosty now committing the M10s to the fight. Can the Jagdpanzer IV hold them off? The answer's probably not. Especially if you can't see it. The Jagdpanzer IV should get the first shot. Just kidding. It's a 2-star M10. Oh, the M10 goes down. That one got hit previously. The FK-288 bounces on the other M10, which is kind of nuts anyway. Jagdpanzer IV does bounce. Gets another kill. Are these only... Did these not have full health? Were those both damaged, or do these not actually have 10 health? M10 should have 10 health, so I'm assuming they were damaged by Artie at some point. Jagdpanzer IV taking out 2 M10s is pretty big, actually, and that really guts Ghosty's artillery brigade. His 114's actually taking a bunch of damage. These 122s do way better than it feels like they should. I don't know. They feel like super accurate sometimes. Statistically, they shouldn't be, but they do seem to be. Church Tower was destroyed long ago, so there's no free recon for anybody. And Luna's still in a really solid 16-8, and Mr. Ghosty's points going down quick here. Needs to stem the bleeding somewhere. But this Panther really blocking this area out. There's 2 Panthers here, actually, now. I didn't even notice that. Oof. Luna actually having enough points to call in a second Panther. Now they're already going for the Sherman 2A here instead of trying to commit some armor to do it. There's still Jagdpanzer IV here. The damage on the Sherman is key because that allows the Jagdpanzer IV to kill it in one shot if the engagement happens. Of course, he'd love to just straight kill it, but that's probably not going to happen. So just the damage is definitely very valuable. So he's going for some bombing strikes here up north. Will he sneak by this 40 mil Bofors? The answer is yes. Salt Pioneers go down. And now the BF-109s do a big strafing run on those rifles and force them off pretty easily. Now I would assume the Artie's going to go out. Nope, he's going to keep targeting the 114. This one he's not really using. Ghosty here on the struggle now. He's got 2 Sherman 2As coming in and a leader. Wow, he built up a lot of points for this. So he's hoping this will be a decisive blow back in the south. It would net him 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 flags if he can really just blow this entire flank out. And one of the Panthers is already dead, actually. So, chance? Yeah, I would definitely put this as possible. Pack 208, though, is going to complicate this a little bit. It's just enough AT to help swing the fight there. So Ghosty needs to be very careful. Oh, wow. Lucky shot there from the 122. There's no radio around here, so that was just pure luck there. Ghosty getting the hard end of the stick. All right, Sherman 5 Commander, unfortunately, is the first one who reaches the front line and gets immediately penned. That's not who he wants gunning forward. M10's popping forward. That's how he killed the first one there. Recon goes down. That's definitely bad. Sherman 2A bounces on that Panther. Same issue as the, same issue but worse as the Firefly. It's the Sherman leader that keeps popping up here to get shot, which is not good. Panther gets a pen on the Sherman. Sherman bounces on the Panther. Is not a good range for them. Now they're missing. And these are 3-star Shermans, so they're firing as fast as they're going to fire. Tar goes down. Half track goes down. He's trying hard. Half track up north goes down. Jagdpanzer 4 is still alive, but Mr. Ghosty's lost the majority of his punch power up there. This is really his last stand. He's got 2 minutes left here, but he's falling his armor way back. Trying to give his M10 some time to take out the Pack 208. And then probably try to double, triple team, quadruple team with the M10s, the Panther. And if he does that, then maybe. But, well, it's not really maybe because he has 12 minutes. He does have 12 minutes. If he flips 4 flags, that'll bring it back to 12-12. And then he's got to just go make some ground somewhere else to get the tick going. Luna pretty strong up north, though. The other issue is the already battle's now going poorly with the loss of the 114s and the M10s up north. Even the other M10 died. His already situation has not improved at all. All right, here we go. Sherman's deploying out, but they're getting stuck on the 122, so the M10s look like they might just be fighting by themselves. Beaufort's in, saves the Focke-Wulfs. Well, keeps the Focke-Wulf away from Ghosty's troops there. What's going on here? What is the Panther shooting at? One of the M10s, I assume? No, it doesn't look like it. Here comes the Shermans, though. Oh! M10 gets a pen. Beaufort takes a hit. Everyone moving forward. Panther might go down here. Ghosty's making his attack here. Panther goes down. Big kill. A line of rifles. They only have 30 seconds, though, and none of the troops are going down south. I'm not sure if Ghosty hasn't noticed this flag down here. Rifles go down. Armor pushes forward. 1 flag capped. I mean, he's making his push. His run is happening. Wow, my God, he was sitting on a lot of points. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Wow, he had like 200 plus points chilling out. But only 7 seconds, and he just waited too long to do this. And there it is. Luna taking game 1 in a very exciting first round here on Tannenberg. 40 minutes, 3,480 kills to 2,895. Yep, Luna out trading Mr. Ghosty there. Really nice play from him overall. M10's doing tons of work. Yeah, I mean, this is the unit of this division. Like, honestly, if you play this division, you want to be deploying all of these. That's really what happens. Sherman 2A is really strong, though. A really, like, kind of the Sherman you always wanted Shermans to be, honestly. Like, in my opinion, if Shermans were all like that, the Allies would be completely broken because they're very, very good. Otherwise, nothing too crazy there for Luna. If you guys enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.